Hey folks, let me tell you what's going on with this whole Egbert Perry Raiders deal and Stadium Real Estate Partners LLC. I'm reading my text right here when I say that. Stadium Real Estate Partners LLC. First of all, you've been told and you know about the letter if you chimed in here, at least you've heard about the letter that was delivered by Egbert Perry in the form of his attorney and sent to the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda, and the elected officials reportedly have copies of this. And I got a copy from a Raiders fan, so thank you so much. But I digress. You've also been told or you've read that Egbert Perry's group is led by Ronnie Lott or has ties to Lott. That is not true at all. That is not true. Here is the truth. First of all, Stadium Real Estate Partners LLC is an organization that has gone on a new attempt to buy sports entertainment venues. They made a similar intent to do so in Arizona with Chase Field, where they offered $60 million and with an intent to match the appraised value of that property down there. That was August 11th of this year, just a little over a month ago. And in this instance, the letter of intent that they wrote was for $167,360,000, which is $2 million above the remaining bond debt, and that's the amount that they would have to pay to defease the bonds, basically to pay them off. Those bonds, you would say, where are those bonds from? That's from the original Raiders deal. That's what's remaining, because the original deal in 1996 went belly up, and it didn't go belly up. What happened was that in order to prevent it from going belly up from the bonds defaulting, the financing package had in it what financiers, what investment bankers, municipal investment bankers call a backstop. The general obligations, the general funds of the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda, which have been paying out a total of $20 million, $10 million apiece since the bonds had their problem in 96. Now, those of you who don't know would say, what was the problem, Zenny? The problem is that they were supposed to sell $83 million worth of PSLs, personal seat license, and only sold just north of $56 million. That was in 1996. So that gap produced the shortfall that triggered dipping into the general funds of both the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda from 1997 all the way up to today. The integral group, of which Mr. Perry is the master developer, the integral group is a master developer. They are a mixed-use development organization. And within the integral group is Stadium Real Estate Partners, LLC. In turn, Stadium Real Estate Partners, LLC is a complicated series of LLCs. I mean, get this. First of all, this is how it breaks down according to the research that I've been able to do to this point. It's like this. Basically, Stadium Real Estate Partners is owned and controlled by Legacy Investment Partners, LLC, which in turn is owned by New York-based Park South Capital, LLC, all right? There's one person who manages all of these limited liability corporations, or LLCs. Her name is Sorina Givelichian. And Sorina Givelichian looks like a cross between a Bond girl and Max, the character played by Vanessa Redgrave in the first Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie. Remember that? I'm not kidding you, folks. I didn't put a picture up here because I want you to go and search and check out what I'm talking about. She has a Twitter account that is S. Givelichian. That's protected, which means she doesn't want you to see her tweets. Okay? I'm not kidding you. I mean, this has secret agency tones to it. But the bottom line is she's partnered with Egbert Perry, and while Ronnie Lott isn't involved, It's not that Perry and Lott have some sort of bad relationship, but I don't know, and I'm still trying to pin down the reason why Perry and Givelichian went on their own and made this offer. Maybe they just saw an opportunity and just said, okay, fine. But the bottom line is they're not going for it. It's not so much that it was rejected because of the appraisal issue. That's not the reason, according to Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, who called me in the middle of my writing this. And what Mayor Schaaf told me on the record was specifically that, first of all, and this is, I'm quoting Mayor Schaaf, it's my understanding that Egbert Perry and Ronnie Lott both know each other and are friendly. The only people that formally represent the Lott group are Lott and Rodney Pete, to my understanding. And then Schaaf continued, we aren't considering it for recommendation at this time. It is the integral group offer, land deal offer, because we want an agreement with the National Football League. I'm committed to keeping the Raiders and the league at the center of the deal. We can't give up our right to control the destiny of what happens to that land at the Coliseum. A new stadium that keeps the Raiders in Oakland, but is responsible to the team, the league, and the taxpayer, and enhances the economic viability around the Coliseum and delivers community benefits. That's a direct quote from Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf. And so that's where we are right now. Basically, because of the beauty of the way the MOU is designed that Mayor Schaaf called for, other offers can be entertained. This is one example. And I understand that they being what we used to call the East Bay entities, and I say used to, back when I worked for Elihu Harris as mayor of Oakland, the Raiders had returned. I worked for Elihu as his economic advisor from 1995 to 1999. Then from 99 to 2001, I headed the effort to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland. We lost to Jacksonville for the right to host the 2005 game, but I digress. Then we called the City of Oakland, the County of Alameda, the Alameda County Joint Powers Authority, collectively the East Bay entities. In fact, the bond documents refer to those organizations, those municipal organizations, as East Bay entities collectively. My point is that the East Bay entities today have been entertaining a number of different proposals from well-moneyed groups, as I'm told. This is one very excellent example. So that's where we stand today. The bottom line is we have, circling the Coliseum City land, if you will, a number of well-heeled groups capable of doing a privately financed agreement to build a stadium for the Oakland Raiders, in addition to a mixed-use development at the Coliseum, what we've come to call Coliseum City. Now, when I was talking to Mayor Schaaf, I asked her to weigh in regarding the news that Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval called for a special session, and between the dates of, I believe, October 7th and October 13th. And this is what Mayor Schaaf said to me in our phone conversation. She said, and I quote, I take the Las Vegas threat very seriously. I remain convinced that Oakland is a stronger market for the NFL than Las Vegas will ever be. And in spite of the threat, I remain committed to my approach regarding public funds. That's from Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf. So we also talked about the visit that Eric Grubman made. Eric Grubman is the NFL Executive Vice President for Business Affairs and the stadium point person, the relocation point person for the league. And on Grubman's visit, Mayor Schaaf said, I appreciated Eric joining me for meetings with business leaders and supporting my effort to keep the Raiders in Oakland. Everyone has a part to play in maintaining this community asset. In fact, that was quite a buzz that Sunday when Eric came out with Mayor Schaaf to visit with the 66th Avenue mob and fans, and it was a talk around the stadium. Eric's more of a celebrity than he realizes, but it really added a positive note to what would have otherwise been a glum day because the Raiders lost to the Falcons. Clearly, the NFL is trying to get something done here, and that's the signal that Grubman sent to everybody he talked to. That was really something. So that's where we are right now. and that should give you a better picture of what Egbert Perry has been trying to do, along with Miss Givelichian. So stay tuned.